Right, edit stream info. We'll do
Yeah, you can go.
podcast. Should I do podcast or just chatting?
Podcast. Yeah, podcast. Hold on, I don't think my shit's
Arc
working.
Raiders.
There we go. Yo, 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 yo. Yeah, we're Gucci now.
Go. Boom. Now it's updated.
Bad. Fire.
That should be updated. There we go. All right. Are you on TikTok?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm on TT.
Now it shows. Now it shows.
There's Sandy. And I'm gonna pull you up as well, sir.
I have my iPad down here below, so I can see.
Nice.
Dude, I got like 5 screens on right now.
That's clean.
Because I need to have all my shit flowing.
Yeah. When I used to have my my Asus, my ROG Ally X, I used to have that set up right there, and I have like an extra screen I can go in there and do stuff like it. It's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, I even got my little chat window. Pops up shit on the chat.
Yeah.
Here, let me do a test. Oh, you already put one in there. Okay, let me check this thing.
Oh yeah.
Public chat. There we go. I see it. Look at this. What does it say when I pop that in?
Test. But it doesn't show it over here though.
Yeah, it shows up. It shows up in
Oh, there we go. There we go.
But it says subscriber. That's kind of weird.
Oh, it just says for me, it says Sandy test.
Yeah. But I did it through Riverside. Program's pretty dope.
That's pretty clean.
All right. Well, if we're the only 2 in here, I'm gonna get this started. Let me pull this up. I got my. Did you get the sheet?
Yes.
Hell yeah! You like that shit or what?
Yeah, it looks dope, bro. I really appreciate it. That's why I said I was gonna pull it up on my phone too. It's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Actually got it right now. Right now.
Right? Yeah. Hell yeah.
Right meow.
Hell yeah.
Little behind the scenes.
Guacamole and cheese. All right. All right. I got it pulled, so I'm gonna start this up.
Yeah, for sure.
Welcome back to Sandy After Dark, where apparently the Ark aren't even the biggest threat at the top side anymore. Because we got phantom targets, wasps acting like they've been possessed, expeditions getting put on ice, and a massive new update coming in October. And yes, we're talking about the cheaters. Because Embark finally gave us another update on what's happening behind the scenes with anti-cheat, bans, exploits, teaming, and matchmaking abuse. But before we get into that mess, we have a lot of Arc Raiders news to talk about. So on our quick update here. We had update 1.42 dropped on August 18th. We had a bunch of new major additions, phantom targets, new project, an Amelia outfit, the Tick Hunter outfit, the regional map condition and scheduling. We have new Twitch drops, anti-cheat fair playstyle updates, arc and gameplay fixes, audio improvements, and stability fixes. So before we get too deep into this, we're back here with Streets. He's my co-host.
Hey, what's
and
up?
this is season 2 of Cindy After Dark. So we got a lot to catch up on because we've been busy bees. So so on our first topic here. So this isn't one of those updates where Embark just changes 3 numbers and sends us home. There's actually quite a bit. So I think one of the biggest quality of life changes is something that doesn't sound exciting at first, like the regional map condition scheduling. Previous map conditions open on a global schedule, which means depending on where you select your ping, that schedule is based in that region. So now you're no longer going to be stuck in Australia waiting on US servers to let you do the bird nests or whatever bullshit you want to do.
Yes.
Now it's based on where you're at.
Yeah,
So
I think that's huge. For the PvE community, that's huge. It's a big W. Whenever I did go do like the trials or I was in there, trying to get quests done or anything like that, it would suck sometimes when you'd have to wait, 6 hours or 4 hours to be able to do one mission. And then if you get ratted or something, you only have so long to do it, and that's when all the cheaters would be, it seemed like that's where all the cheaters would be, is during that hour waiting at the extracts or waiting for you to get done taking out the matriarch or the queen. So being able to go to another country and or another server and be able to still catch that window of opportunity over somewhere where the people may not be writing as much is a huge W. Me personally, I just went on a world tour myself with Smirk. We went on a Stella Montes world tour. We played over in Europe. We played over in Oceania, South America. It was dope. I had a great time in South America. The lobbies were packed like it was day one. So it's cool that they're promoting you to go check out some different parts of the world too. So what do you think about that, man? What are your thoughts?
well, now they got schedules offset by region, so the more desirable conditions are going to be appearing during that peak hours of when you're based on where you're at. So if 9 p.m. like night raids on Stella Montes, stuff
Yeah.
like that. It's good to know that you're able to get what you want when you want it, and not when you're at freaking work and you're like, damn it, dude, I guess I can never do matriarch because I got to do my slave hours.
Yeah.
So well, question for you: have you ever wanted to play a specific condition and it was never available when you were actually online?
Yeah. Yeah. Specifically, I think it was the hurricane event. I was searching for the me and you were searching for, I think it was the Kanto blueprint. And we were searching and searching and searching, and then it go away. Or, you get online and you've missed it. And now you have to wait, hours. And it's like, I just want to go play this condition really quick. And it definitely was frustrating. So yes, I
Right.
definitely have experienced that more than once too. Not just with that, even with like the matriarch event sometimes. Or like, no, I take it back. The lock gate event, that was one that I really was like, dang, like you gotta wait so long. I think it was like 12 hours, or every 12 hours they were doing it. It was just like ridiculous. And if you didn't get up at a certain time, you missed it. So, I wasn't a
Well,
big fan. What about you?
yeah, it's usually the night raids because I needed to use the keys, and I noticed that I was doing a
Mm,
lot of solo friendly raids to use up my keys, and I was able to actually get like a lot of these night raids done and get rid of these keys. So when you look at my inventory now, it's like empty. So
yeah.
um worked out pretty good.
Yeah, I need to. Real quick, what up, Fallen Valor? What up, Divine? Just Jazz, Walk and Be. What up? I'm Wakiki. What's up? What's up? What's up? I see y'all. My bad.
Now I know
So
why Sandy got the beard and the girl fit. Yeah.
going crazy, man.
um Does this I mean, should do you think they should just be selectable? Like you
Yes.
should just have them all available and select what you want?
Yeah, I think that should be, eventually I think that's what they'll get to. But I think we should have that now, to be honest. That would bring in a lot more people because being able to play what you want is a big thing. Not to cross to another game, but I'm a big Warzone player. I was big on COD. And whenever they would do map rotations, it's like, or they make it to where it go from quads to trios, and you had to play trios. It's like, dude, stop messing with the game modes. Like, just let us play the way we want to play. Let us play the map we want to play. So I could see that being a thing here too. Like, hey, just let us play the boards we want to play. Let us play the maps we want to play when we want to play them, without it being a big thing. You
Right.
know. I mean, do you feel that way, or how do you feel about that, brother?
Yeah, it's a game. Like you hop in the game, just make it selectable. How is it that difficult? You already got servers that are based in every region. How
Exactly.
difficult is it to code it to where like, oh, I want to do Bird City the rest of my life. I never want to do anything else but do Care Bear lobbies and just collect
Yeah.
ducks, right? Like if that's what you're into, right? Like, isn't that going to
Facts.
attract more people? Give them what they want, you know? Like if you're a duck collector, diehard duck collector, that's your entire life, and that's all you want to do. You're not going to play the game all the time. You're gonna only log in when you know that event's going to play. So why not just make it something that is more customizable to the player? I mean,
Exactly.
they're there to make money. How do you make money?
Right.
You attract the masses. You make it work for them. You make them happy. You continue to make a profit. Simple.
Simple as
So
that.
I just don't get it. I don't get why they don't go that far with it. But
Yeah, man.
Um, well, we have a second topic here. Before I get into the second topic, I wanted to share a showcase for a video that I was creating. Like, been super busy with that. Like, we working on season 1, episode 1, which is probably not going to be, I would say, mid September, maybe early October. So I'll showcase the video so you guys can see it. This first one, keep in mind, is the trainer. It's training the system to do what I want it to do. So there's inconsistencies. The second one I'm going to show you guys, the shorter version, is going to be the official start of episode 1. So I just want you guys to see how amazing this stuff has advanced so far. Like, it's amazing. I'm super stoked,
Yeah.
super excited
This
about it.
this is dope. And we've been behind the scenes working on this. I know that we took a little break, but we were doing some cool stuff, and it's all coming to a head right now, and we're able to show you guys, and it's a beautiful thing. Sandy's been hard at work, and I'm hyped for you guys to see this just as much as he is. So yeah, without further ado, Sandy, show him what we got.
Yeah. You guys are the first ones other than on my TikTok that have seen it. So here we go. Behind the scenes. Look at that stud. Saparenza, this is Sandy. Come on.
Sandy, we lost your signal 12 minutes ago.
Yeah. Extraction's gone.
Can you reach another extraction? I'm gonna have to. I'll call you when I'm underground. All right. Let's go to work.
Got some size. Awesome, go!
Medium shield. Not the strongest thing topside.
Does it stop bullets?
Sometimes. You wanted the honest answer. Anvil? In thumb deliberately insurance. Against what? Everything.
Comfortable?
No. Perfect.
Up. Easy. I gotta take some money here, Ray Frex. I can show the school gal what I do.
What? The people do already dead, Daniel. Tinker, also such.
Planning a war?
Planning on avoiding one.
Rustdale?
Apparently.
Heard it's busy today.
Busy how?
The kind where people don't come back.
Good talk. Yep. So that's the trainer. That one was not, the inconsistencies are there, but at least it lets me train references. This one is the official one. This is so much like, this is like on the tee, like
Yeah.
so much better.
But that was a good one.
That's
Just
my-
regardless, that was really, really good, man.
Well,
really
they'll be
get
able
your
to
thing right there,
see.
bro.
Well, the seeing in-game items like in a live action kind of
Yes.
format is what I was trying
Yes.
to do. So for this is the actual like teaser portion of it. The official start of episode 1.
Topside elevator departing in 10 minutes.
Deployment departing.
You said it's gonna be dope. Thank you, Robert. Yeah, got some shit in the works, bro.
For copyright reasons. It looks a little different.
Of course.
Come on. Shit.
Little bastard.
Oh, that's not good.
A lot shorter. And let me tell you, a lot more expensive to produce. Way more expensive to produce. But I'm still working on it. We're gonna have that released. Like it should be 20 to 30 minutes. I'm aiming for 25-minute episodes. So I'm thinking mid-September, probably beginning of October. So I'm gonna get the first episode released while I work on the rest, and then I'll be able to have a better idea of timelines on when I can do releases. But as I release them, you know, you guys will be able to see them. So
Yeah, Sandy, we got some people asking some stuff. They were locked in. They said, look, man, they said this is gonna be dope. It's got me locked in. I actually got a ban over on TikTok for that. They just was like, you can't appeal this because I just showed some content
Well,
that was
hold
yours.
on.
But
let me bust out the scotch real quick.
there you go. But they said this is dope as fuck, and they said, how many episodes are you gonna have? Fallen Valor says, I've been spreading the word to all the homies I have on ARC about this. So
Oh, good stuff.
we got some traction behind it, man. But the people are wondering, they're asking, hey, when how many episodes are you thinking about having? And go ahead.
I had wet my whistle. Okay, so I'm aiming between 8 to 10 episodes per season. So if you do the math on that, 8 to 10 episodes, we're looking at like five hours of content. It's gonna be expensive, so you guys got to keep in mind, like I am not a full production like company, like I'm just one guy, so it's gonna take me a little bit longer to get this stuff out. But instead of just waiting for me to produce the entire episode before I release them, I want to give them to you guys as soon as they come out. So I'm still working on that schedule. So it might be a little bit slower than what you get on Netflix or on TV, but the last time I checked, nobody is doing this. Nobody has a live action Arc Raiders like content coming out. As far as I know, as far as I've checked, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I think I'm the only one doing this. So, but I'm just one guy, so you guys gotta be patient with me on that. But you're 100% gonna get something before October, at least a 20 to 30 minute episode before October. So, I'm giving my all. And I am solely funding the operation on this. So like it is not cheap, but I want to strike the iron while it's hot and get something out there and share something with you guys and be creative, you know? So we got some people that are going to be in it too. So Smirk's going to be in it, Street's going to be in it. So you guys are going to see some familiar faces in some episodes. So
it's gonna be dope. I can't wait.
But yeah,
they said he's gonna go far with this for real. I gotta get his autograph before he gets famous. Look at that, Sandy. They're saying you're gonna go famous, and I believe that too. I believe he's gonna go really far. When he first showed me, I said, "Man, you got something really special here, Sandy. Like really special, dude." And I think that as long as you continue to treat it the way you're treating it, it's gonna go really far because he's been putting his all into it, and like he said, he's the only person behind this. It was his idea, and he's putting his own money up, and he's doing all the editing. So, got to give him his flowers. Dude's on it. One man creating a TV show that everyone wants. You know what I mean? That everybody's been like, we need an Arc Raiders TV show. So, this is cool to see it come. Thank you for the GGs and the roses, man, and all the gifts and the likes. I think this is going to be great, though. He said, I want to see him take down the Queen. That's what they're saying. They said they want to see you. Maybe that's maybe one of the finales or something. Maybe mid-season or like a mid-season finale. You take down like a huge queen or something like that. That would be cool.
Well, I don't want to reveal too much, but the plot of season 1, there's a really strong plot on. I don't know how to say it without like putting stuff on the table, but there's a strong plot. Okay, you guys are gonna like it. And it does have to do with other arc that we see in the game. So so stay tuned for that. But yeah, no, I mean, I honestly I could pump them out really fast. But do you guys want slop, or do you guys want something that is more consistent and is better structurally put together? I would rather take my time and do it to where it's going to be not just entertaining, but it's also going to be something that isn't like just thrown together like a pile of crap. Like it's going to take more time to make that happen. So, but yeah, I just want to throw that out there. I can get it to you quicker, but it's not going to be better. So, but
we want quality over quantity anyway.
Exactly, because at the end of the day, right? Like no one else is doing it, and if we're going to put it out there and we're going to put this out into the world, the first time ever, it should be good. Yeah. That's where my beliefs lie.
Imagine this gets picked up. Oh, I'm going to say this. This show will get picked up because we've predicted so many things on this show. I'm going to predict that this show will get picked up by a bigger company. They'll approach Sandy and say, hey, look, why don't we make this thing a real life live action thing and get all the pieces and, get you going in here. And I think that'll be really, really cool. I think it'll be really dope to be able to have it. And I think that's what'll happen. Hey,
there's 4 possibilities. Mm-hmm. 4 possibilities. 1, keep doing it the way it's being done.
Right. 2,
and 2 is split into 2. Embark could come back and try to sue me, or send me a cease and desist and tell me to stop. Yeah. Which there's laws against using likeness. You can use likeness. There's also like if you're using exact replicas of things and you make a profit, that's a different story. So that's kind of tricky. So whatever, we're gonna just send it and see where it goes, and go from there. Or the other part of Embark is Embark might say, hey, you know what? You started this. You have the storyline. We like it. Let's bring you on board and have you start doing
that's what I was
this content for us, and we'll give you the resources and we'll give you the authorization to make it happen, right? So that's the second part, right? Third, I am a photographer and a cinematographer, and I know people that do film. So maybe we do episode 1, and we actually do make a profit on it, and we can use that profit to get people together and do a live action, like in person on film, and do a season 2 the right way, the way that like a full actual production. That's a possibility. And then there's also the fourth possibility where like a production crew might say, hey, you know what, we like your idea, we want to use your idea, let's make a deal, right? And that could be a thing too. So we don't know what's going to happen, right? This is like the egg hasn't even hatched. So but these are kind of speculations that have gone through my mind of like preparing for possibilities. Worst case scenario, I just keep doing the same thing, right?
Yeah.
And it's still entertaining content. So by the way, it's happening. It is happening. We're making it happen.
I
So
can't wait.
but yeah, don't let it be Netflix. They always have 2 end shows because of creative differences with creators. Well, then that's when you tell Netflix, Mike, well, you know what? Eat it, because I'm going to make my own season 2. I'll fund it. I don't need your money.
Yeah.
So
Facts. Can't let the brand ruin the dream or the vision. You know what I mean? And sometimes that does happen. Just because you throw money at something, somebody's vision or passion for things doesn't always, transfer over. So hopefully, if they do when they approach us, that won't be an issue. You know what I mean, Fallen?
right, anything with Netflix, Embark would have to be involved. It's just it's their likeness. It's
IP.
founded off of them. Yeah. So they'd have to be. So regardless, with this, I don't have to involve them, but who knows what's going to happen? I mean,
We don't.
but
We're not against Embark. We like Embark. You know what I mean? You never know. You might see us in the game one day. You might see old Smirk Sandy and me in the game.
someone said that's a fat raider. I'm like, nah, sir. I'm 6'4", 230 pounds. Okay, this is peak
Facts.
warrior physique here. Okay.
Facts. Plus, you got to figure you want to be built like that. You know what I mean? Going out there fighting against those machines, and guns aren't light, especially like the Torrente. You think somebody gonna be light just carrying the Torrente? No, you got to be having muscle. And think about what the game says. Your skill tree. You have to upgrade stuff. Loaded arms and stuff like that to be able to carry weapons and all the loot and stuff you get. So you need a raider out there who got a little weight on them, not all scrawny and stuff, man.
Yeah. No, for sure, Valor. We're gonna get Streets up in there too, and Smirk.
Yeah, man.
So, I just gotta write it to where everything works and have some
Facts.
discussions and figure out what we're gonna do. So,
Facts.
but yeah, thank you guys for looking at that. I'm super excited about it. I put it on TikTok. It blew up, and it really motivated me to keep doing it. So, you guys are awesome. So it all starts with you guys at the end of the day. So,
Facts.
all right. Well, we had a long discussion about that. So if no one else has anything to add, no one in the chat has anything else to add, we can go into topic 2 and we can get into the nitty gritty.
Mhm.
I'll give my chat and Streets chat a second. If you guys have any other questions or any suggestions.
Yeah, let us know. How y'all feeling out there? Alonzo from Training Day. I'm screaming. That's funny.
You'd be Alonzo from Training Day? Hell yeah. Heck yeah, man.
Going crazy. Yeah, I told Sandy, I was like, it'd be cool, because we do a lot of PvP. And I'm like, it'd be cool if I came across like how we interact at some point. If I was like a raider trying to like PvP against him, like trying to take his loot, you know what I mean? Out in the field somewhere. And then somehow, some way, maybe the arc makes us have to team up and go against it, and we become friends and stuff, to trust each other, and I get to understand him and he gets to understand me, and stuff like that, because there's kids in Speranza and stuff like that. So I'm a dad in real life. It could be like, well, I'm just out here topside trying to bring stuff home. We even talked about how Smirk wanted to come in, and we had some cool ideas, man. So yeah, looking forward to you guys watching that. Plus, Sandy got some other surprises that he has some other people that he's gonna put in the show too. It's gonna be really, really good. You guys will like it a lot.
Some you recognize, some you won't recognize, but yeah. Have some little Easter eggs in there.
Yeah, facts.
So all right. I'll get this rolling then. So we got topic 2, phantom targets. So the mystery's progressed. So Shani has discovered that the phantom targets are connected to erotic wasps, and the wasps are making strange noises, flying in unusual patterns, carrying unidentifiable technology, and swarming towards single locations. The funny thing is, we got into Salamantis and it was making all kinds of funky noises, and Smirk was like, "What the hell is that?" And I'm like, "I don't know, what is that?" You know, and someone in the chat was like, "No, this is a new update, man. They got gold stuff in them, you know." So basically, like you get items from the wasps to finish one of the projects that they opened up. So when you hop in the game, if it's been a while and you can jump in and you see the wasps doing weird stuff, that's why you better kill them and get their goop, because it's good goop. So there's a lot of theories here. So for the next update coming up, one of them is, are the wasps gathering around something that we haven't encountered yet? Could we finally be learning more about how ARC communicate? You know, there could they could be setting up something with a frozen trail. There could also be a new boss, because we fought the queen, we fought the matriarch. What comes next, right? What's the next thing that's coming out? So, or are they just temporary gameplay activities? So, what do you think? What do you think, Streets? What do you think is going to happen here?
I think they're leading up to something bigger than the queen and the matriarch. That the frozen trail is supposed to bring on the if the leaks are true, it's supposed to bring on that arc that is supposed to fly around the map like a UFO, and you can board it and fight other raiders on the arc while you're trying to take it down. So I think that that's all alluding to something much bigger that's coming with the frozen trail update. And they usually drop something, you know, it's been a minute, they've had time to go back to the drawing board and kind of maybe structure stuff a little different because of the leaks. But I think that they're going to hit us with something really hard come October, and that they're dropping little hints and clues right now to kind of get us prepared. And I think the wasp making those weird noises and acting all erotic like they're doing, erratic, is leading to that. You know, I've gotten some of the loot out of there. You know, I haven't, you know, got a lot, but I've got a few little gold items and stuff like that. It's pretty cool.
I haven't gotten on one.
Really?
Not even one. Not even one
Yeah.
thing. Everyone's getting those rings and all that stuff. I haven't gotten on one thing.
Do you think it's leading to something big, or do you think this is like, you know, Bird City, where it's just a thing to do at the moment?
I think it's at the moment, to be honest. Judging by how Embark has been doing things lately, they're so sporadic. They're just trying to keep engagement long enough until they get back from Cancun and start working on some real shit, you know? So they're too busy spending their money on Lamborghinis and, you know, mamacitas and margaritas on the beach, you know?
They got new money.
Yeah, they got that new money.
New
Spend it
money.
before it's gone.
Right.
You know? Yeah. So yeah, I think it's a temporary thing. But we do have a big update that's supposed to be coming up here soon, towards the end of the year. So we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's just in the Arc Raiders world, it's a red flag, like, or what they call a false flag, you know, event. So in a way.
They've been known to have a few of those, so yeah.
Another thing is the snitch. So you know the snitch scanner, where you throw the snitch scanner and it like spawns in robots?
Yes, yes.
It got buffed. So now it can now call in a Rocketeer or a Firefly and Hornet duo. So apparently being spotted wasn't enough by these things. Now it can call in basically an ARC SWAT team. So like you can get like Bo pimped, you know, on Blue Gate now, you know, when you're trying to get to reinforce the fight. So, but part of the discussion I want to get into is, does this make killing snitches more important? And could players intentionally trigger snitches against other raiders, which we already know is true? I think it does. 100%, because I think it's been tested. And imagine fighting another squad and suddenly a Rocketeer gets called in. And could this make PvP fights better?
Oh yeah,
So
for
so what do you
sure.
think?
What's up, V? I definitely think so. I got 1 million views on Instagram off of making fun of the snitch. There was a weatherman, and he was twirling around going like, and I was like, this is what it sounds like when you shoot the snitch, and they're sounding it off. And I got like 1 million views and tons of comments. But again, it was a funny thing, like, oh, it's the snitch. It's not, it's gonna call in. It's a little arc. It's not gonna do anything. And now it's like a serious, like, yo, the snitch is coming. We need to take that down immediately or run the other way because I don't want to have to deal with a Rocketeer. You know what I mean? Or like you said, a duo of 2 Hornets and a Firefly. Like that's just a nightmare. So I think that this is definitely going to change things, how people approach, the snitches and how they approach the PvP fights. Because if you can get one of those snitch scanners and throw them over to where someone is at, maybe they're looting, or maybe you're third partying, and you throw that over there and call in Rocketeers and Hornets and stuff like that, it will definitely change the landscape of the fight. And what's scarier is if they find out how to dupe those. Can you imagine people just running through Blue Gate with tons of those, just calling in Rocketeers and Hornets and Fireflies? That would be awful. That'd be awful. But I mean, it definitely will change how people approach the fights. What are your thoughts on
Right.
that?
Oh, dude, like you come at me, I'm gonna throw a snitch scanner at you. I hope a Rocketeer comes to get your ass. I mean, you ain't get my goop.
Right.
I'll throw 5. I'll throw 5 just to make sure one spawns.
Right,
Yeah. So, yeah, I think it'd be pretty cool. I mean, at least they buff something that's usable instead of buffing the Shredder, which is useless. All it does is just get in the way. So,
Right.
well, I mean, we got 2 other small updates and then one big topic I want to go over, and this is something that's been affecting a lot of people. It's been pissing us off, but the 2 smaller ones is we got a Queen and Matriarch fix. So now Embark has actually addressed the Queen and Matriarch stomp attacks, sometimes hitting people through walls and from way farther away than intended. It's been fixed in version 1.42, so the one we just got. And on topic 5, I wanted to bring up the cloak got better, right? So the Photobletcher cloak, originally they nerfed it, then they put it back to where it needed to be because people complained. So apparently crying works. If you cry hard enough, they'll do it. But not if it's PvP, because screw those guys, right? I mean,
They hate us, bro.
Jesus. So now it works against turbine lighting and Matriarch missiles. So it's a little bit more powerful against the big bosses. I was going to ask how it changes the value of the cloak. We already know it's going to be the same. Whatever. It's just going to make it a little
Facts.
easier. But the thing I really wanted to get into is the cheaters.
Ugh.
Huge problem right now. So, I mean, this is something that can ruin a game faster than anything else. It'll ruin a game faster than just bad content, bad updates, like not giving attention to the game as a developer. The cheaters will drive the players out. So it's super important they get this fixed because they addressed in their last update in 1.42 that on their fair play use that they made improvements with AnyBrain and Denuvo anti-cheat. That's the anti-cheat that we've been using for the last almost year. They've implemented that. So the Denuvo anti-cheat, it allows them to take action against a large number of accounts using recently popularized cheating software, which we see like the ESP, the aimbot, freezing the hitboxes, all that stuff. But here's the thing: since they've had that update for Denuvo come out, have players actually felt the difference? Because it's a huge difference between, hey, we banned some accounts and I don't encounter cheaters anymore. So what do you think, Streets? Have you noticed a difference? Because I sure as fuck have not. So
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I have noticed the difference. they're cheating more. I'm like, what is going on here? Before I get into this, what's up, Edward? Thank you so much, Fallen, for bringing Edward over into the live. W Mans for sure. And what up, V? Thank you for being here. Thank you for all the roses. You going crazy. But yes, I think that it has gotten way worse. The cheaters have amped it up. I was watching a guy today. Matter of fact, he actually just came into the podcast live stream maybe about 20 minutes ago and was watching us. But I watched this guy run around the map with walls, seeing where everyone was at, and just getting away with it. And I asked him, I had a full conversation like, hey, bro, do you have a backup account? He was like, nope. Like, they're not detecting it. You know, I can get away with it. It's kind of like a soft cheat. And he felt comfortable enough to stream it. And he cut it on, cut it back off. You know, it was just crazy. I think that anytime it feels like this, anytime a game company goes to a different anti-cheat, it just opens the door all over again. We saw this with Warzone. They had Ricochet. And I said this then, it was a logo. It didn't do anything. And as soon as they change from that and they have the new anti-cheat, it just seems like it got worse and worse and worse. And it seems like the same thing is now happening in Arc Raiders, where they had secure boot and different, anti-cheats. And people were able to get past that. And now, they've implemented this new, was it DeVoe? But DeVoe anti-cheat, but it just doesn't seem like it's getting the job done. It seemed like it's only opened the door in other ways for streamers, but hackers and cheaters to get into the game different ways. So I don't think that it's a good thing. I think they should have just maybe, worked on what they had. Because now it's just becoming a bigger thing. I feel like even when they do the updates, every couple weeks or months, somebody's found a new cheat to exploit, whether it's duping or, like you said, the body glitch where if you just peek a little bit, they can still, capture you right there and shoot, your hitbox even when you're not there. It's just a lot of things. So I don't think that it's a good thing. I think they should have, left it alone. But what do you think as far as like the future is concerned with this new anti-cheat? Do you think it will be ramped up when the new update comes out, or do you think they'll leave it where it's at?
No, we got an update from behind the scenes that I was able to pull. So they're gonna get rid of Denuvo, which I mean, there's pros and cons with it. I think before I get into this, I think Embark needs to just make their own anti-cheat so that they can constantly update it, because the way that cheats work is they get that anti-cheat, they dissect it, they find out how it works, and they make the hacks work around. There's like the workarounds they do. That's how these cheats work. So if Embark is doing this in-house, in live time, they can just update it every week. Just change something in the code, right? They can modify it, and it keeps these overseas like cheating companies from being able to stay up to date. Because I talked to a cheater and he said, hey, sometimes the cheats don't work because there's an update in the game and it's not compatible with the cheats anymore. And then it takes them like a week or two to come out with a new one. That's why sometimes we see a drop in cheaters on Arc Raiders when there's a really big update, because the game files have changed and they're not able to do what they do. But now they're coming out with Elytra, so Elytra. So it's an in-house anti-cheat solution built by Veyacore. So Elytra is a limited testing phase that they're running with a small group of selected players with NVIDIA, GeForce Now, Microsoft to validate compatibility, stability, performance across different platforms. So right now it's installed and is running in the background, but not enforcing anti-cheat protections just yet. But this is actually being done on the finals. So the finals is now using this for selected players. So they're testing a new product, and hopefully it's better than Denuvo. So if they're not gonna do it in house, I'm hoping this is better than Denuvo. So
I was saying something else. I was calling it Devo or something, but Denuvo. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's called Where is it? Yeah, Denuvo anti-cheat.
Yeah.
So so they're coming out with that. So the problem with repeat cheaters, and Bark actually acknowledged this, the serial cheaters, like the serial pooper, they got the serial cheaters. They're working on methods designed to obtain replacement accounts harder. They're trying to discourage ban cheaters from returning and create more permanent consequences for blatant repeat offenders. So the big question is, how do you actually stop someone who doesn't give a shit about losing their account, right? Because that's the arms race. Ban account. Cheater creates, buys another account. Ban that one. Repeat, right? So what should Embark do? Should they do hardware bans, stronger account verification, phone verification, trust factor matchmaking, more aggressive statistical detection, faster manual reviews, or something else? So that's the line where anti-cheat becomes where's the line where anti-cheat becomes too intrusive for legitimate players? So what's your take on that, Straits? What do you think?
I mean, it's a thin line between love and hate, right? Like, you love the game, but you hate the cheaters. So would you take a little bit more security so that it could, get rid of a lot more cheaters? You know what I mean? It's like a give take. Like, hey, in my opinion, I think that, for the people who really like to play the game, and for those who are diehard players and they're coming into these cheaters, it really affects how you play the game, and it, can really change how you even want to, approach coming back to the game. I know some people were like, man, I'm done with this. I'm deleting it. It's too much. You know what I mean? So, I think that, in order for this to work, maybe we'll have to sacrifice a little bit more. And it's not that bad. If you're not cheating, you shouldn't have anything, to really stress about, because they're doing what they can to make it a more enjoyable experience for everyone. So I think that it would be a good thing. And I think that if we had to, show more facial ID, or maybe you had to put your IP in, or whatever the case, like you said, phone verification, I think it would just help things, especially if you just want to play the game and it's like, hey, look, we've tried these anti-cheats, this is what we're going to try now. And at least it would show them that they're actively trying, and I think it would slow them down somewhat. May not slow them down all the way, the cheaters, but I think it will slow them down somewhat. And anything to get rid of them, even slowing them down, is a W in my book. What are your thoughts on the flip side of that? Do you feel the same way, or how do you feel?
I just think they whatever it is that's going to happen, they need to make it freaking happen, because I am so tired of going in this game and getting blatant cheat. They don't even care, just blatant cheaters losing a full kit, and then 3 days later, I get a thanks for looking out. Nah, bro, give me back my shit. You ain't doing anything to keep these guys out. At least the minimum you can do is give me back my kit when I report it. You're gonna make me do the work. It's like self-checkout at Walmart, okay? Like I'm gonna send you guys an invoice for doing all your work. Like, come on,
Yeah,
like,
sure.
and then you want to check my receipt at the door. Well, you should have thought about that before you did self-checkout. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
facts.
that's another thing that pisses me off. But anyways, the cheaters, man. I mean, they need to get this fixed, because, I mean, I'll keep making content, but this game is. I'm gonna delete this shit. If they don't fix it, because
they'll fix it.
it's not playable. Now, I don't want to have to question every time I get into a fight. I don't want to have to question: did this guy have wall hacks? Did this guy have aimbot? Like, it sucks. I just want to play the game how it's intended. That's all. So it's crazy, man. And then I think I got did over, not even kidding, not even exaggerating, probably 200 reports of cheaters in the last month, and I got 2 kits back.
Yeah. It's
Okay,
nuts.
so you're gonna give me a 1% return? Come on, guys.
Yeah, you gotta. And when they see those things, what do you? And when you know that they're cheating, you can see their level 0 Steam, and you could tell blatantly that there's reports of cheating on their profile. Why do you not give us our stuff back? Or like the homie Fallen Valor just said, they make sure to give you your free kit back, but they don't give you the Bobcats and the Tempests and your anvils and all the good weapons you take in.
Right.
I don't get that either, man. I can see
It's just a
everybody
code
probably
line.
reporting. Yeah, everybody reporting.
Why the
"Hey,
free
you
kit?"
lost. This guy was better than me. I'll report him. I can imagine you're probably getting a lot of reports, but some of those, you got to realize, like, what's detecting these. I know it can't be one person sitting there going, yes, no, no, yes, yes. It has to be some type of AI detecting it. But what do we do if it's like blatant? What if the AI doesn't detect it? Because I've seen people today running around with walls, killing people, and the anti-cheat didn't detect it. So it's like, I asked the dude, like, hey, what do you do when people report you for cheating? He's like nothing. Like, I just keep playing. So it's not even like he cares, So
Yeah, they need to do hardware bans so they
Yeah.
can't buy a copy.
yeah.
So that's what they need to do. But it's just like any game, man. There's people who just suck at the game, and they just got to pay their $8 for the day, to feel like they're good. But answer me this, right? You can't afford a Rolex, so you go buy a fake Rolex, and you walk around with your fake Rolex, right? At the end of the day, it's a fake Rolex. Like, it's worthless. Like, it doesn't, like, you didn't, there's no achievement behind it, right? There's no like pride behind it. It's just, you're just walking around with a fake Rolex. Same thing as cheating, like if you spend as much effort that you did to earn that $8 to buy those stupid ass cheats from Hong Kong, then you would probably be better at the game if you practice the game better, Like, I did not do PvP games before I did this. I'm way better than I was like 8 months ago. Like, I've got a lot more hands-on, grasp of what I need to do versus what I was doing 8 months ago. And I've never used cheats ever. So this, I don't know. I just don't understand the logic behind it. I mean, what's the point of even playing the game at that point if you're going to cheat? There's no achievement behind it. Everyone just thinks you're a dirtbag.
I mean,
you know?
today I was watching that guy. He had like 60,000 likes on the, tons of shares. I think it's just a wow factor. And I asked him, I said, Smirk even asked him, like, are you just ass at the game? And he was like, no, I'm pretty good. He's like, he said he was doing this to combat the other cheaters. He said there's so many cheaters in the game that if you can't beat them, join them. And I was going to ask you your
Yes.
thoughts on that too, because I'm like, what do you think about the people who are going in and maybe trying to go after the cheaters with their cheats on? How do you feel about,
Yeah.
them maybe saying, you're going to cheat. Well, I'm going to cheat too and make it to where it's unfair for you as well. So I can give you a taste of your own medicine.
But see, they're still a dirtbag because here's the thing: the fact that you knew about this guy is he's cheating on people that aren't cheating. It's different. Like if you were to go and I don't condone this, but if you want to be Robin Hood and get cheats and hunt down cheaters, like by all means, go be Robin Hood. But those people, they don't have self-control, and they're gonna use those cheats on other people. And they're just gonna fucking cheat. You know what I mean? They don't, you know what I mean? I'm not wrong, am I?
They don't have self-control. They're going to use them on other people. What up, self?
Yeah.
I'm crying, bro.
So that's
Oh,
the
I'm
thing.
screaming.
Like if you're using cheats, you can't be trusted. The minute you use cheats, man,
Yeah.
every time I've had friends in the past that have cheated on games, and I've never trusted them in a game ever since. Because if they do it once, they'll do it again. You
can't trust them in real life. Like, nah, brother, I see you cheat on the
Nah,
game. I
you're
can't trust
a
you.
fucking cheater.
Yeah,
You
you're
cheat
a
on your
cheater.
wife. You cheat on our graders. You cheat on your school tests. Like, come on, man.
I'm crying, dog. That's
You
funny.
cheat on your taxes.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
said, yeah, Ark is flooded with PC cheaters and console aimbotters. Yeah, it is, man. It is. Do you think it'll ever go back to being just a normal game without any cheaters? Or do you think this game is just so riddled with cheaters, there's no hope and we'll always have some trace amounts of cheaters in the game?
They don't have a choice. They either fix it or their game dies. They have to fix it. So either we stop playing the game or they fix it, right? It's just that
There you
simple.
go. That's the
Like,
truth.
I'm not going to be a full-on crybaby about it. You know what I mean? I make good money at work. I can buy any fucking game I want. You know, I can play any game I want. I don't have to play Arc Raiders, right?
Mhm.
The game has so much potential though, and I want to give it a chance. And the cheaters, I'm hoping that they are just a temporary annoyance. They're like roaches, you know. We just need to get some roach spray on those bitches and get them out, you know. Call the exterminator and get rid of them, you know. So, I mean,
So hold on.
it,
Another question. Wait, my bad.
no, go ahead, man.
They were asking. They said, "What's yours opinion? What's y'all's opinion on websites like El Dorado?"
El Dorado, like what is El Dorado? Let me look it
Yeah, I
up.
was about to say I don't know what El Dorado is. I ain't gonna lie to you, guy. He said I saw
El
a guy
Dorado.
purchase a Zen from Walmart. So now Walmart has got in on the antics, and they are now helping the cheaters win as well, which is that's awful. It's terrible. What up, Raw Nasty?
Oh, okay. El Dorado, pay to win. Honestly, you know what? You want to know my real opinion on this? And you can hate me for it, or you can agree with me or not agree, right? When you buy items in Arc Raiders, if you think about it, the cheaters, when you lose a kit to cheaters and you don't get your kit back, what's the fastest way to get your stuff back, right? You can get items in the game. I don't have a problem with that because guess what? At the end of the day, if you're playing legit with those tools, it is what it is. You're just boosting your account. You know what I mean? I don't feel like that's cheating because you're not using aimbot, you're not using wall hacks, you're not using all this stuff. You know, I don't think it's a problem. These have been around since World of Warcraft, where you could pay somebody to boost your like level up your character. I mean, at that point, I kind of feel like it's not worth playing the game if they're going to level up your character because then you're not playing the game. You know, you just already got everything and it's already done. But if you've already played the game where you've already achieved everything and you're just playing the game like PvP, like we do, like PvP, I don't see a problem with it.
No,
Or you
I'll
can
say
do
this.
solo. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, like solo. I was gonna say, you go into your buying goop, like Sandy was saying, you come across a lot of cheaters. We all have, and you lost kids you can't get back, and it sucks, right? Um, and sometimes when you get off work or you got a little bit of time, you don't want to go and just PvE and search for, little items, to be able to craft different weapons. You just want to pick up your gun and go in, and just have a good time. Uh so I'm not against it. I think that people don't don't know that you can do it. So for those people, it's kind of like, ooh, if I do this, I may get in trouble. Or, I may not, be able to come back to the game or something like that. But once they see that it's legit, I think that they would hop on it too. Why not? If you got it's not like it's a lot. People be paying 10 cents sometimes for Bobcats. You want to go with a
Yeah.
Bobcat fully leveled up and you don't want to spend the time having to hunt the whole map, looking and fighting the arc and possibly coming into more cheaters or ratters, people who are just ratting at the extracts. That's the easiest way to go about it. I don't think it hurts anyone. I think that I've said this before. They need to make a lobby for free kits to go against other free kits. Or, if you choose to go on there with a kit, you can, but they should make one for like how they have it right now. You go into a night raid or certain raids, you have to bring in a kit. You can't go free. Well, in the same sense, you should have some maps where you can only go free. You want to go on there. Maybe you just want to test the gun out and get better at it. Maybe you want to learn the map and have a little bit of PvP action as well. Have a map where if you go in, it's free and there's no come up. And if you want someone to come up, you got to take something in. You got to give something to get something. Because with the free
Right.
kit, it's no risk, all reward. You don't bring anything. That's why it's the free kit come up. You go in with nothing in hopes of coming out with everything, which we've done multiple times. But that's neither here nor there. I'm just saying they should have a mode where you could definitely go and, kind of go against other free kits.
Yeah, Levi says, I will not cheat to combat cheaters, but I will buy the same guns they're using with aimbot and still smoke them. Right. But the
There you
thing
go.
is, I just want to note, guys, using sites like that, it is against Arc Raiders or Embark's terms of service. Like they say specifically in their terms of service or terms of use that you can't profit on their items in the game. But also if you're like boosting accounts, things like that, they do not allow that. So if you just keep in mind, if you do it, more than likely, like they probably won't do anything because look how many fucking cheaters we got. But it's such a low violation on the scale of things that you could do in the game.
Mhm.
Probably won't happen, but it is possible they could. That's the thing. So
They-
just keep that in mind. It's not
They
allowed.
said, y'all need to be in Embark corporate board. They need new ideas. We've said this too. We've said that we think that somebody at Embark was listening to our podcast because it's no coincidence that we said like 7 or 8 things and then they all came true. Like almost like we were just like hitting them out the park. Wow, well, we think this will happen. Then it happens. Oh, this shit happens. Down to Smirk came in and was like, it'd be cool if you can get inside of like an arc that was like a UFO and you can fly around and like fight. And then that's the update that's coming out in October with the frigate. I mean the code, whatever it is, the Frozen Trail. They're saying it's a new arc thread and it's supposed to be able to, you know, traverse around the map in the air. They're listening to what we're saying. Like for sure. So yeah. I would love to be on the Embark corporate board and get a check for the stuff that we're saying. You know what I mean? And the ideas that we bring into the fold, man. Because they definitely, it feels like I could be wrong. It could be that we're just really good at guessing. But I mean, if that's the case, we should play the damn lottery. Like, what's the odds?
Right. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that we're probably going to see change by next year. So we just need to, you know, be patient with it and see what happens. Who knows? Maybe by next year, if they don't fix it, there'll be the next biggest thing out. You know what I mean? That's just a revolving door of gaming. You know what I mean? So, and then we got topic 8 here. So we got economy exploits. So cheating isn't just aimbots and wall hacks. Embark says detection of economy exploits have also improved. This follows previous duplication problems where Embark removed exploited coins items, issued warnings, suspended serious offenders. But I haven't seen no signs of that. This is especially important in an extraction game. If somebody can duplicate high-value items, currency, or equipment, they aren't just cheating themselves. They're potentially screwing with the entire game's economy. So, question. Should knowingly duplicating items receive the same punishment as traditional cheating?
No.
I say no.
No. Being broke and cheating is 2 different things. You know what I mean? Trying to get your money up so that you can go and buy the things you want in game or have enough money to buy, you know, stuff from the traders is one thing. But blatantly cheating, you know, shooting people through walls, spawning hatches in the middle of the map, crawling out, shooting people and then crawling back into the hatch you just created, you know, this, you know, being able to freeze your hitbox, you know, those things aren't comparable to people just duping trying to get money, man. I don't think it's nowhere near in comparison. People just want to be able to play the game and have more money. Anytime you put something in the game, where imagine if you ain't rich in real life, it's a video game. I want to be rich in the game. Like, don't make me have to work for it in real life. I gotta get off being at work and then come in the game and work. Like, nah, brother, just let people enjoy the game the way they're enjoying it, and you know, maybe make it easier to make more money in the game. If you don't want people duping, maybe your solution is to make stuff more valuable so that we can, you know, and make it more accessible so that you can make more money. You know?
Right.
Raise the price of certain items. You know, you don't have to necessarily, you know, you see that there's a problem or an issue. Now, how do you solve it? Don't just punish them and now you don't solve the problem. Because then, you know, people don't come back to the game. Or people go, you know what, to hell with that. You know, I'm going to do it again. I'll show them, you know, then they go to the dark side and they start getting cheats. And it's like, you know, don't turn raiders into bad raiders, you know, work with them. Figure out what we need. You know, you're a big company. You got the tools. You got the resources. Figure out what we need. And slowly transition us into the next phase with that.
Right.
Yeah, like you said, they want you to
Um,
continuously grind. Like, yeah, man, like people got real lives. You can't expect that.
yeah, Levi says for me, if I was in Bark and saw someone buying guns, wouldn't you leave them be? Because that's uh that's someone that will continue to play. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah, true. I mean, and they're doing it legit. They're not screwing people over. They're just replacing all the crap they lost from the cheaters that they neglected to get rid of. So
Factuals.
ban them the first time. Stop giving them warnings. Ban them. Get them out of here. You know, if you know 100% it's cheats, just ban them. Make them
Yeah.
buy a new copy.
Yeah. See, Ski
Drain
Blast
their
said
wallet.
when they're found guilty of owning a Zen, it should be a 1 year ban per preset on the Zen.
No, per preset, yeah.
Per preset would be crazy. Some people wouldn't
But-
come
but
back
the-
for a minute.
But I may be wrong, but I thought that the Cronus Zen was not aimbot. I thought it was just like aim assist, like aim assist on crack. So
Nah, you can program. It has scripts. You can control the scripts and program and create your own scripts and then program them into the Zen. One of my cousins has one and he plays basketball. His son has one. And his son figured out how to code and how to make his own scripts and started putting them online to where in the NBA 2K, he could just come down from the free throw at the other end of the court and just shoot and green it and just goes in switch, no problem. So there are certain things you can do to program it. So yeah, the Zen Steelers of the world are still a problem for sure. They can definitely, it's more than just aimbot. You can definitely get scripts for it and change things around.
well, there's also teaming and matchmaking abuse, right? So there's
Mhm.
they have initiatives underway targeting teaming, matchmaking abuse, groups attempting to force themselves into the same lobbies, griefing.
What?
And Embark specifically acknowledged that certain regions and times can make this behavior easier. So the thing is, it's double-edged sword, right? I've matchmaked into a solo lobby with a friend,
Yeah.
but to do friendly games. But I have seen huge groups of people going into maps and just wiping the map, you know, because they suck at the game, you know. So they're gonna have their little buddies with them, you know.
Well,
Power
I'm
is
not gonna
numbers,
say
you know.
that. I've been with Rumpus and them, and I've Q synced, and they've went in and defeated queens and matriarchs, and they've went in sometimes and just had fun with their buddies. It's not so much
Right.
about hey, we want to team up and wipe the lobby. More so, it's just like hey, I got a big group of friends. You have a big group of friends. If you have a Discord full of 2,000 people and everybody's wanting to play Arc Raiders, you can't get them on at the same time. You can maybe say, hey, look, I'll take 10 or 15 people. You take 10 or 15 people. We'll dress in one color. You dress in one color. We'll go in and we'll have our own
Right.
little private, war. Which I think that's one thing that this game needs desperately is custom lobbies, custom matchmaking to where you can, go in there and go against your friends. Say you don't want to, go against the queen with randoms and get shot in your back. Why can't you go in with all your friends if you have enough? Like
Yeah.
Call of Duty used to make it
Well-
like that. If you wanted to play a private server, private lobby, you had to have a certain set number of people to play. I think it was like 25 or 28 people had to be able to play. You couldn't go in with less. So why couldn't you, in the same sense, get 25, 30 people? Oh, you have enough
Yeah.
or however much it needs to fill a lobby. And now you guys can go in and do your own custom matches and,
Well,
maybe turn up
I'm
the
down for
art.
that.
Yeah, I think it would be cool.
But the thing is, I'm down for it if they make custom matchmaking where there's no loot.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
Like,
it would just be
like,
it
you
wouldn't
don't
be
come out
like
with
yes,
anything.
exactly. You can go in there and maybe practice beating the queen of the arc, or like, hey, this is what we're going to take in, and a strategy like a practice thing, like, hey, practice run. Let's go in here, see what works, and see what doesn't, so that way when we go into the game, we'll know exactly what to do. I
Right.
think it would be a good thing. You could practice
Yeah, it's-
strategies like, hey, we're gonna go in here and maybe we separate too much when we're PvPing. Let's go in here and maybe stay
Yeah.
together this whole time and stuff like that.
Because right now you can't have one without the other. So if they don't fix it, then we're gonna have the other problem too, right? So there's give and take, right? I mean, there's just no other way. You know, they're gonna have to
Yeah.
either crack down on it and get rid of it. Like, what would you rather have? Would you rather have a team like dunk their balls in your face? You know, like for like a whole match.
Right.
You know, or
Right.
or be able to the queue with your buddy when you can just do a duo. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I don't know. It goes both ways, but we'll hear more about that when they come out with their changes, you know. Matchmaking itself is also changing because it connects directly with the teaming conversation. And Embark has been experimenting with matchmaking that better understands how players actually behave. One major concept has been separating aggressive actions from defensive actions, meaning defending yourself shouldn't necessarily make the system think you're an aggressive PvP player. So, what they're doing is, like, if you're in a solo lobby, someone shoots at you, you don't have to be afraid to shoot them back now, because if they shoot you first and you get damaged first and you absolutely crap on that player and take all of his free goop, then you're not going to get into aggressive lobbies. You're going to get put back into back in friendly lobbies again. So I think that's amazing they did that, because I did not know this. And some guy shot at me with his little rattler, and I had a full-on bobcat and a snap hook and all this stuff. And I was telling my chat when I was streaming this, I'm like, man, I would have loved to have shit on this guy, but I don't want to ruin my solo lobbies. And they're like, no, Sandy, you can shoot him back now. I'm like, what? As I'm coming out of the hatch, I was going to go back. I would have went back and went and got him. Got his free rattler kit.
Yeah.
Took his rattler from him.
I think that's a
So-
W. I think that's a huge W, especially for the PvE community. You know, I've been there before, going after certain items, getting quests done, and you get shot at. It's like, bro, I was trying to keep myself friendly. So now the fact that you can defend yourself, and it recognizes that, hey, you're defending yourself and you're not attacking, is great. It's just cool to see the game evolve in that manner, in that way. And I hope that they continue to keep evolving it, and making it more cool. I think that it should be like that. I think that if you go into a lobby that's friendly, they should have like a friendly lobby, and if you go in there and you shoot someone, on purpose, like you slime them out, you should get penalized for it.
Levi says, I've seen plenty of videos of people running around missing shots on purpose so they can melt the PvE player. See, here's the thing. Don't shoot them until you get hit. Then you're golden. That's all you got to know. They can shoot at you and not hit you. But the moment you get that shield sound, the bzz, light them up. Let her rip, tater chip. Get them. So
Ski Mask just said Embark should add new finishing moves, hand-to-hand combat, or grappling with your opponent. And I
that'd be
actually,
sweet.
yeah, I did see one of the leaks that said there's supposed to be a taser coming. We already have a broken taser in the game. If you look in some of the drawers when you're gooping, you'll see that we already have a broken taser. Supposedly, we're supposed to get a new taser that you can use for hand to hand. So that'd be pretty cool, because
That'd
we
be
already
sweet.
have, we already have like the electric, shock animation in the game from all the other stuff that we have, like the joke mines and the I forgot what the other grenade's called, but the showstopper. So it's cool, and as far as I think there was one more leak saying that we're also supposed to get, I think, level 5 now. So the guns that go to level 4, once they get to level 5, it's supposed to completely change the gun. Like I think the Beretta, once it gets to level 5, it becomes an automatic. So pretty nasty.
We got the topic of the 5th expedition. So now that we've got a major progressive announcement, we got a major progressive announcement of the 5th window. It opens September 8th and closes on September 29th. It's an extended departure window, but there's bigger changes. The quest reset is now optional, so players will be able to opt out of resetting quest progress during upcoming expeditions, which is huge for people who hated losing quest progress. No last call, so the expedition will not have the last call feature. Completing your caravan does not automatically sign you up, and you still need to manually sign up during the expedition window. Super, super important. To be honest, I know all you guys know I'm the one guy that never does expeditions. I am doing this expedition. I'm gonna get it done.
Yeah,
So
me too.
So I'm gonna do it. I want those points.
Yeah.
So
And they're changing it too.
um,
They said it's supposed to come back in 2027, I think. Totally reformed and remade. So we might like get this until the April update. So that's like pretty far away, you know, pretty far away. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and try to do this too to get those extra points. And it'll be my first one as well. I'm in the same boat as Sandy. I haven't done an expedition, but this will be the first one that I do. So yeah, it'll be
Yeah.
cool to see.
gonna be a mission, and then the expeditions are gonna be paused. So here's the bombshell: after Expedition 5, Embark is pausing expeditions. They're planning to bring the system back in early 2027 after making larger changes. Embark says feedback showed that expeditions need deeper work to become more rewarding and fun. So this tells me something. Embark doesn't think tweaking expedition rewards is enough anymore. They're going back into the actual system. So what doesn't work about the expeditions right now? Is it the rewards, the reset structure, the timing, losing progress? I personally think that losing the workbenches is excruciating. Not just the blueprints, but the workbenches, man. Like, those were tough, man. Getting that Sentinel firing core was a pain in the ass. It's easier now when you're kitted up and you have everything already. Easy peasy. You get a Sentinel firing core easy, right? Or little pieces of loot. But when you start fresh and you have nothing, like, it's hard. You know, you're running in there with a free kit, you know, trying to get this stuff. It's a mission, but it's more engaging, I guess, in a way. But what do you think, Streets? What you got on that?
Yeah, I feel the exact same way as you. You know, you have to get your benches all over, and again, it forces you to have to PVE. Like I remember back on season 1 when Wheezy said we need PvP trials, we need stuff like that. Like, reward me for playing the way I want to play. I don't want to have to go back, and now I've gotten so used to PvP that I'm going to go into the PvE. And now any raider I see, because I'm so used to PvPing, I'm gonna I'm gonna shoot him. Versus, just being able to go in there and maybe PvP and get the stuff done. And like you said, with the benches and all the stuff having to be reworked, it just makes it to where it's like, I don't want to do that. It is hard trying to get those Sentinel firing cores. You run slow, you got to do everything all over again. So yeah, it's not a fun experience. What up, Cito? Not a fun experience, and I feel like they should at least give us all of our benches. If you're gonna make us reset, give us something that is worth it. You know what I mean? Because right now it's just like a rinse and repeat. Like, oh, you made it to the end, but the princess is in another castle, Mario. So you got to just do it again. Go to the next castle and try again. And we've been playing for almost a year now, and the princess is never in the castle. So it's not worth it yet. There's no end game. We need an end game.
Well, Swifty says Embark better hurry the way things are going, or we may not see it 2027. And you are not wrong, Swifty. And Levi says they don't bring shit for updates. Fix the tree. I agree. We need to get a rework on the tree for sure, because some of the stuff that's important, you should be able to customize and not have to get to the end of the tree. You should be able to just select the ones you need and go with that. More customization is going to be a lot better in the long run, I believe. So
yes.
Yeah, that's a lot. We got fully caught up on what's been going on. So
yes,
there's a lot more coming up. I mean, as they drop, I'll get these things recorded and documented down, and we'll also be working on that Arc Raiders live action. So stay posted on that.
Yes,
so, but we're getting towards the end of our segment. You got anything to add, Streets?
No, just excited to be back. Season 2, got a lot to talk about, and with Grand Theft coming out and everything that's about to happen with that, it's going to be really cool to see what happens to Arc Raiders. Their real community. Will they, leave and go play this other game and not come back, or will, the update be so awesome that they'll have no choice but to play both games? You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of games coming out. Wolverine's coming out in a couple weeks. 2K's coming out in a couple days. You got the new Michael Myers game coming out. It's a lot of games coming out. So I'm excited to see what Arc's gonna do. I think that they're hitting the drawing board hard right now. And Oh, I seen Peanut had came back, so that's positive too. I think the numbers had jumped up to like 50 something, 60 something thousand viewers when they've been kind of low here lately. So that's cool. So maybe once we get Peanut back and they fix the game, everything will go back to how it used to be.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll have to get there when we get there.
Thanks.
All right. Well, I mean, I'm excited to see what's going to happen. I mean, we got a lot of stuff going on, so we'll follow up here next week on Monday. Working on getting more guest hosts in here. So if you guys know anyone that wants to be on the show, doors are open. I don't have a registration format. Just DM. You can DM me or Streets, and then we'll go from there. But thank you all for being here and being here for the live. If you missed it, not a big deal. We'll put it up on Spotify. It's going to be an Apple podcast. We're going to have it on YouTube. We're going to have clips up. So there's nothing you're going to miss. You can always go back and rewatch if you want to look it over. You'll have the ability to. And it's going to be rendered and mastered. So the audio and video is all going to be mastered. So everything is all got its own little process there. But you guys are amazing. You guys make the show and you guys give the motivation to keep wanting to do it. So thank you all for being here. You guys are awesome. So
Fallen Valor said W, man. Thank you guys. Thank you everybody, man. Cito, Ski Mask, man. Fallen Valor, Divine Rising, Self Detach. I know I'm trying to see if there's anybody else I missed. There was a few people that really came through here today. Pretty Vulgar, Edward. Thank all you guys, man. It really means a lot. We look forward to this, and thank you guys for watching, the pilot to the TV show we're trying to make that Sandy's putting together that's going to take over the whole Arc Raiders community. It's going to be huge. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to next week's show, and I think that next week we might even have Smirk on here. Homie Smirk. So be looking.
hey, we're gonna wear him down. We're gonna wear him down. We're gonna get him in.
Yeah, we would have had him this
Yeah.
week, but it was just the timing was off. But next week you should see Smirk in here with us too. So yeah, I don't have anything else to say about that. I'm ready to get into some games. It's been a minute. What about yourself, brother?
Yeah, I'm gonna play. I'm gonna take a step away for a second while everything on here updates. Hang out with me for a second too when we end because it needs to render.
Sure.
And then I'll be on. We're gonna get some action. So
Sounds good.
right, I'm gonna end it here on my end. So you guys all have an amazing rest of your Monday evening or Monday night, wherever you're at. So later, guys.